Our next interview with Angela Kapembwa, who is an enthusiastic female engineer with a passion for sustainable development and progress. Good morning and welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so today we're talking about your passion for sustainable development, which is also Mary's passion. I guess you're going to have a field day on this one, yeah?
You will, so that I listen.
But would like to, I think let's start from, because we're looking at balancing, okay? Work-life balance, and I think you've done so well in terms of your career. Help us understand first who Angela is.
Okay, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. Angela, like you already alluded to, is an enthusiastic engineer. I am very passionate about sustainable development. I currently work in the wash space, so that's water and sanitation issues as well as hygiene. And I enjoy what I do. I think it's kind of like a passion work, and even the places that I go, the people I interact with always bring different perspectives and bring out a different side to me every time that I interact.
Okay, so tell us about you being an engineer. How did you find your space there?
Well, I'll take you back, I could say 15 years now. That's the time I graduated. Crazy to think about it that way. Yes, I found myself in this space because I realized even as I was growing up that I just had a knack for fixing things. I was very interested to know, how does this work? How do we break it down? How do we build it up? And further on into my studies, I acquainted myself into this sustainable development, sanitation, and also environmental space in my undergrad with my supervisor, my undergrad supervisor, who introduced me to recycling of water, grey water management, and I just built an interest from there, furthered my studies in the same, and here we are 8 years later, and I'm working in the same space.
Interesting. Now, that sounds like a lot of work. Too much work and no time to yourself. Let's talk about it.
Okay. It is actually very demanding, as you would imagine. Water and sanitation is a basic need for every human in Zambia, every human in the world. And there are so many agendas towards improving wash, improving water and sanitation, nationally and as well as globally. So there are a lot of aspects around it that really can be very consuming, and especially that for me personally, I'm very passionate about it. So I find myself really getting into it and getting lost in that. So it can be very demanding, but like you said, it has to come with striking that balance of making sure that I do the best that I can, give the best that I can, and still remember myself in the process.
Now, defining balance, how do you define work-life balance? Because many people will tell you that, is there such a thing? Like at some point, and like from personal experience, I don't know if I've ever achieved that. All I know is that my work gets done, my family is taken care of, but not in a balanced way. At some moments, at a certain phase in my life, my work suffers a bit. At a certain phase in my life, family suffers a bit, but both worlds get a bit of me, and one that is needing me more at that point gets more of me.
So for me, I define work-life balance as creating this rhythm. And I think I align in many aspects to what you've just brought out. It has to come with creating this rhythm, and the rhythm, we can now maybe, I'm not a musician, but I want to imagine that when you have a rhythm of music, there are highs, there are lows, there's a constant. So those aspects of work-life balance do exist. And equally, I experience them when I'm having moments where work is demanding, and I find myself not giving as much to the home, to the family, or maybe it's a little bit chilled, there's not too many things going on, and I find myself giving more to my family and myself. I think the aspect that's usually sometimes forgotten in work-life balance is self. Because we're thinking it's just friends, it's church, it's family, it's your partner, and work. You have to include yourself in the balance of things.
Interesting. There's something that Mary had mentioned earlier, and she was talking about. I can't wait to hear about the non-negotiables. What are the non-negotiables?
That put me in trouble.
The non-negotiables. So first things first, as they are stated, non-negotiables. You cannot flinch, you cannot bend. I don't know, maybe if someone's dying, I don't know, but it's really something you have to be so grounded on. And for me, my non-negotiable is me. Because I know that if I am in the best mental, physical, emotional frame, I can pour out to my job, I can pour out to my partner, I can pour out to my family in the best way that I can. So I am the non-negotiable.